in Abuja, and I'm not going to let out his name. He will probably, as we go on, you know his name. But what shocked us was that they gave him a phone. And the next thing we heard was, oh boy, this phone not a work. So everybody, all of us were shocked when we turned back and saw who was talking. It was like, he is speak PG. I'm sure from that, a lot of people know who I'm talking about. But let's let it out. George Abbey.
The gentleman picked me up, dropped me at the police station, and the police station did their beating, took me to the headmaster. And in those days, we had prefects that owned pharmacy, own businesses, because your hand has to go all over your head to touch your ear. So we had, prefect could be like 30 years and is in your class, and they put you on your back and you get that, lashing. So that's the culture, and that's why you could even hear, if you will go back to A2 at the Nations Cup, that he said, these people don't play like African, because, and that's the difference. With all due respect, with kids that play at home and kids that are playing abroad, it takes a lot to survive. And that's why in one of my books, how do we demarcate the American international football atmosphere against competitive?
He intends to go somewhere with that.
Well, me and you, we've been on that platform, and we've seen what is done with that, and that's just a tip of the iceberg. You are circling only football around it, but this man is all about life encompassing. And this man is just, you call him a terrestrian, an extra human being. And you see, when people do things effortlessly, tirelessly, unceasingly, and a lot of us, me inclusive, do things and sometimes I say waiting, but the smile, the loving in giving and thanksgiving that it comes, and the follow-up, and he's one of the greatest hearts and soul I've met. And guess what, he has complexed what is simplicity. This man is Mr. Simple Personal.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We'll come back to you.
I wanted to just ask now. Every year we get to see either the King or LNG do a football tournament in Bonny. At least, if I'm not mistaken, the last 3, 4, 5 years I've seen almost every December. So why don't you guys think of having a team that can play in the NLO and gradually grow to maybe the MPFL?
Well, I will let the cat out of the bag. Even Kester is aware about 18. I don't want to talk about it, but just hang on. We are going to bring professionalism, private. You will see a Nigerian club being run as a perfect professional business enterprise. Just hang on.
We'll be looking forward to that. He mentioned something about the business part of what they intend doing in the coming months and weeks. In fact, there's something again I will also want to chip in here. The African Football League has a major sponsor called Visit Rwanda. And teams compulsorily, no matter which jersey sponsor you have, once you're in the African Football League,
you must wear that
Visit Rwanda. Now, then again, you see politics.
That's right.
Congo having issues with Rwanda.
They will Visit Rwanda.
Now, when it got to a semi-final, TP Mazembe, by the rules of the game, of the competition, were supposed to wear that jersey where you say Visit Rwanda. But the Congolese say Rwanda is sponsoring
M23.
Yes,
the rebels.
So they refused to
wear the jersey.
They were supposed to, for getting to the semi-final, they were supposed to get $1 million for getting to the semi-final, but CAF said they only get 550. 450 is not for wearing that jersey.
That's a lot of money.
Well, you got to understand
the dynamics.
And whether the turf is too soft or the turf is too hard, or there's no network facility, or is that, and that has been a bane. And we ask ourselves, and I was in one of my other platform, and they were saying, is it tough to sell football in Nigeria.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people were talking about the game yesterday, Dortmund and
Atletico.
and look at the atmosphere. And people was like, Nigerians will not come to pay money and watch, but they pay money to an event right here. What's that place by Cantaras, by my house here in GRA? What do you call it?
UI.
Right here by the Chicken Republic. This is Cantares at the Aztec. All this
Okay.
They bring an artist there, and that place is sold out.
Yeah.
It's sold out. So is it because people are more comfortable to attach and get involved with the artists in the music industry and the acting, and football is not sellable? And I think it's wrong. Kester, you and I fought. I think going to 10 years, we have been trying to market sports, and everybody you go to will be like, oh boy, I go walk. There's that apathy, and until a credible, and it all becomes on sincerity of purpose and transparency. Everybody is scared to put their money. Look at what is happened to a club like Van Dresa. Look at what my friend at Sporting Lagos is going through. And these are not good things. There should be subvention. There should be rebates for people to say, okay, let me plump my money. And we all know football particularly is a huge money spinning, billions of dollars.
Yeah, you know, sometimes when especially in social media, you see people get excited saying Dangote and Elumelu want to get into the MPFL. I laugh.
It will consume them. Did you see Abiola? Did you see Mastrodos?
Yeah. So I think there has to be a deliberate and intentional policy. Government can give a, say, 5-year, 10-year plan and say, okay, within this period we'll be exiting, and begin to create structures that will allow private people who are passionate about the business to come in and run football.
Kingsley, I was just going to ask you before we went all this way, you know, when we begin to talk, it gets passionate. Was there any drama at all in any of the centers yesterday? Or it went well, everything went well? Because I know that you are the first they call when there's a referee's problem. You are the first to break it to us.
Was there a football turn volleyball as well?
Yes, there's always one drama or the other, because I've been waiting. I didn't hear from you all day. I said, thank God. So today we can discuss an MPFL without any problems.
Okay, I think it's a welcome development, but we need to not just for 1 week start celebrating. We have to see some level of consistency.
True.
If we see 30 weeks without drama, people, part of the confidence will come back. I think several years ago there was a game I took somebody to watch in the Old Sharks Stadium. Old Sharks against Dolphins. In fact, there was a goalkeeper, Henry Ayodele or Henry.
Yeah, I remember that guy, the big guy.
Yeah,
I remember that guy.
Yeah, the guy practically slept
throughout the game.
Yes, you know, when the ball comes in, trying to delay time, they've scored 1 against Dolphins, so they only need to kill the game. So the only way is for the keeper to go down and spend 20-30 minutes. The guy now asked me, say, is this what people will do here? There's no need though. There's no need. So I think there's a whole lot of things that we need to do, and if we keep pushing the right story, the right narrative, maybe with time people can begin to have a change of heart. However, with all this negativity, you need to see what is happening in Ibadan. I think that's something everybody needs to look into. One, ninth football has returned to Ibadan. Games, Shooting Stars games starts 5:30. Generator, floodlight, and sold out. Yesterday against Lobby Stars, sold out. So I think we need to now begin to look at ourselves from everywhere. Anybody that is involved in the MPFL, the time of always going to government to get money will soon end. Mind you, Labour is saying 615,000 as minimum wage. If it does see the light of the day, government will not have money to keep throwing into football. Now, yesterday, you know, the African Football League, part of the money you are giving, 60% of that money must go into
football.
upgrading your facilities. So Enyimba got 750,000. So 60% of that money must be seen to have upgraded the Enyimba Stadium to a certain level.
So, Kingsley, just keep your thoughts. We need to ask you something very important, but let's go and do a few commercials. Okay. Thank you very much, listeners. Thank you for staying tuned. The number to call, like I promised, is 0907 710 6501. 0907 710 6501. The other number is 0208 455 5977. 0208 455 5977. Kingsley, we're saying something just before we go and begin to interview, before our brother Eldred wears his second cap. You said that they said we should upgrade our facilities with the money.
60% of
the facilities everywhere belongs to government. So are you going to give me, for example, what team will I use now? Let me know. Lobby Stars, for example. The Acc Stadium doesn't belong to Lobby Stars.
Yeah.
So Lobby Stars take money that they have earned to go and upgrade Acc Stadium.
Yes. See, I think what CAF is trying to do is to also see where these sporting or stadium facilities or infrastructures will be upgraded to international level and standards.
Okay.
And part of your criteria to be part of it is your home pitch must meet certain standards.
Okay.
Enyimba played last year, but the Aba Stadium was not approved. The only stadium that was approved in Nigeria was Gospel Akpabio Stadium.
Yeah.
And that was where
Akwa United can qualify.
With the way it is based on the rankings and all these things. So that means we might begin to have a situation where if we have a team that qualifies from Nigeria, they cannot play
in their home stuff,
which means they are still going to be at disadvantage. I'll share something with you. Ali are supposed to have gone to Lubumbashi to play TP Mazembe. In fact, that game will be on Saturday, and the match is by 1 o'clock. Since on Monday, Ahali have been training under sun with the same temperature of what they are going to face in Lubumbashi. So that shows you the level of effort and commitment.
Let's just we lost this call.
That shows you the level of commitment that these people have. They don't want the situation where they arrive at Lubumbashi and you start telling me his son. No, they are prepared. They are working towards to ensure when they get to Lubumbashi, they at least get something to go home with. That shows you the level of seriousness. Yesterday was Tuesday. Sundance is supposed to play Esperance in the first leg in the Champions League in Tunisia.
Okay.
Yesterday, Sundance touched down in Tunisia.
Okay.
They have 4 days to train ahead of the game on Saturday against Esperance. So when you are trying to compete against these persons
at this level,
by your own administration or the administrative skills you have, you are already negative. Because we want to travel and arrive a day before the match, and we start complaining that they did not allow VAR to be installed. These teams have gone beyond this point because they understand that continental club football in Africa demands a different mentality, and that is the kind of thing these people are prepared to do. So I think the gap will continue to widen between the rich and the not so rich, especially when it comes to continental club football in Africa.
Okay, so thank you very much.
Let me just touch on that. Kingsley was going somewhere and we're talking about refereeing, and I think people just shout. I mean, look at what we do. In my sojourn when I was director of football for River State, do you see what they do with those children they call technical boys?
Okay.
The kind of training for those kids to be deceitful, to be manipulative. I mean, you will be so shocked. You go into some stadia, especially when the whole team is leading, 10-15 minutes to the end of the game, there's no ball. Referee and everybody like, where is the ball? Bring ball. And all the balls probably, the law says probably 10-12 balls must be out there. But let all the balls, and you will see those little kids, the kind of training. And I tell them, why don't you bring your own kids here
and do this?
And do this. And they say everybody does it. I said, does it make it right?
In fact, the similar thing happened on Sunday in Cairo. Zamalek Ali. Zamalek was leading 1-0. Suddenly, the balls they all retrieved. Ali equalized. The way the balls came back,
came back from nowhere.
Guys. Anyway, let's move forward because we quickly have to know why Eldred Sunjabe is here. He has a project that he will introduce himself, and please let's call him to ask questions about this project, because I think the project is very timely. Kingsley's man lost out yesterday because of he doesn't have the proper qualification to be the coach of the Super Eagles. So probably these are some of the things will help some of us.
Do we have a coach
coaches? Not yet. The shortlisted ones. They say if you don't have
who told you that? Officially from NFF?
That's what NFF is saying.
Doesn't say.
No, I'm asking you.
They won't make any official statement.
Okay.
But you see, when these things keep popping,
So that's something ACC does not get involved. We don't be in space when people don't report from the real source.
Who is ACC?
African Coaches Connect. You are ACC. ACC is for everybody.
Okay.
ACC is a one market stop for all of football thing. We have come to actually industrialize and commercialize football. It's a home of all African coaches, because coaches are our main parochial and interest. I schooled and got certificated in Europe, America, Asia, but to get education as a coach in Africa, now what? I mean, I have applied for a CAF license since 2017, and a course has not been held until maybe recently they had a D or so here in Nigeria. So how can we go back to Finidi with Eyimba, how can you now fault Finidi that it does not possess a certificate? If you tell me I need a BSc to gain access to a job, and you can hold me liable or non-in-compliance because I can go to any university and go and get. But you can't tell me you don't have this.
So you can't have this
because it's not even anywhere to be gotten. So ACC has come to fill this gap, and we've done so many research. We're equally into collaboration and partnership, because that is the new dive of everything in the world. It's no longer is a committee of bed followers and people with like minds, and that's the only way we can grow. And that's why you see in those climbs that I have succeeded. And you were making mention of stadia. You can go to Washington DC today. The main team there is sport is called the Redskin or the Red Sox of basketball, the American football. Today it could be FedEx Stadium because FedEx has bought into it. FedEx is a delivery service just like DHL. They've bought into it and they have put all their paraphernalia and their name. So that is their stadium for 4-5 years, and they know how to market and how to get their ROI, return on investment, on it. So that is where ACC is going to. We have footballers, we have club owners, so Oga Yusuf, we have you, sports writers. As a matter of fact, we have brought coaching courses, educationists into our fold, and these are notable, reputable European and American coaches institute to train our coaches for next to nothing. So ACC is a home for everybody. I remember, he is a member. There's no way. I went to Lekki, I was running a program, and the guy was around me selling gala and coke. I didn't know he was selling that. But where I stood, me, I like to stay where everybody there. I'm a servant. And I just hear this guy. This guy was analyzing and breaking down this game. And I was intrigued. And I said, I think I go learn from this man. So I went close and I look at the guy. When after the first hour, I said, Oga, is this your team? Are you an assistant coach or a coach? Because you are standing with. He said, no, Oga, they sell Coca-Cola and Fanta and Gala. And I said, you could mirror and have this perspective of the game. I say yes, so, and I said I like that. He said, so guy, you go buy Gala, I've been net. He said, because when the game starts now, I said okay. And after the game, I called him. I said, I'm doing a 4-day program. I have some age group team. I just work with us. And the guy said, I'm not a coach. I tell you. I said, don't worry. I said, just come. He said, this thing, I dey count am in the morning. I must return the money. Yeah. I said, don't worry, we'll go buy am for a day. Just come. And this guy will come in the morning. He will drop his stuff. We will buy as much as we want, and he will partake in what we're doing, assistant, arrangement, organization of the team. And you know, when I finished, I told him, I said, well, I have a U14, and I think you can handle. The guy said, no. I know Fito. I said, don't worry. He just try. He said, I'll not get certificate. I said, that's another thing. We will put you through some coaching courses, and I'm always here to call you so we can exchange, and you improve me and I improve you. To cut a long story short, I told him to keep sending me his video. I mean, you could see this guy organization. And you know, when I learned my trade, the two people that really pushed me into coaching was first the great Christopher Yobio of Calabar Rovers, when we were playing for Washington DC, a side team when all the ex-internationals got into America. He said, Eldred, the way you shout at us and you will be a good coach. I said, I don't know. And when you look at people like Pekovic, I don't know if you know him, that is the Antonio Sports coach. He's an aeronautic engineer that graduated and left all of this to become a basketball coach. Then, and you know, you've heard of the England Patriots, where you have Bill Belichick. When you sit in a room and hear the IQ level of these men, you will look like, man, you have to come correct to coach. And that is the bane and the basis of if you want to be a coach. I mean, I'm not saying it's all about that. I've had instances, people tell me, Eldred, and I'm happy I've proven them wrong a couple of times. They say, oh boy, you talk about it. I say, I will show it to you. And now if we were to go back to this African coaching selection process, I was in Abidjan, and I told them, this is your man, because Emerson Faye has that blood and that faith, and that's why ACC, of everything they do, we are pro-Africa. We believe every African native and nation should coach their native countries. We are tired of our jobs being outsourced. We are tired of bringing people. And now you mentioned that NFF said, I know that they say that they need a pro license. Come, let them show us Pacero's pro license. Does Pacero has a pro license? Well, I don't know. It was never in the take. So what we are saying about ACC is we want our coaches to be dignified.
Pro-African.
Yes. I want our coaches, we want African football to thrive. And you made mention about what we are going to do. It's a charity is at home. So that's where you're going to see the first privatization and the huge investment in the private sector and probably the stock exchange of a club, and it's going to be coming from around Bonny, or it's going to be heavily Bonny funded. And that is what ACC is all about. We are into trenches and branches to make football easily accessible, very fine in the eye, and a smooth, perfect business model. And ACC has come to take care of coaches in terms of welfare, has come to take care of education, has come to do advocacy. And like you, I'm sure you must have heard, we are in court with some of those club owners like Kingsley that wire a coach without contract, and after the man not greet and well, he will say, you are fired. Or some of you now, and I will see a picture of a girlfriend phone. Hey, this is what you are doing. You are fired. So that has to stop. So what we are now saying here is that there needs to be an outreach. There needs to be a body like the African coaches that is here to fight and stand for all. And you can see what we have done. We just signed a deal now with the pharmaceutical company where all our members can pay in advance instrumentally for medical. Our members have, with our ID card, they can go into consultation with our partners in the hospital industries. We are doing so much to make sure African football is really industrialized and commercialized.
Eldred, what, you know, we know about the African coaches and Nigerian coaches and all of that, but what empowers ACC? What is ACC standing on to give them empowerment to do all of this? Sorry, we have a call coming in. Let's just take this call. Yes. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Who's calling, please?
I remain Coach Mansour on the line.
Oh, Coach Mansour on the line. How are you? Good to hear from you.
I'm good.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, do you have any questions or... yeah, go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, I thought I'm calling Love FM. Am I right? A family law.
Yes. Yeah, on,
it's an interactive section. I wanted to contribute also.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, contribute. Hello?
I thought it's a live program.
Yes, it's a live program. We can hear you, coach.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost the coach. Wow, I was waiting to hear a question. Okay. I thought it was one of your coaches from maybe somewhere.
Yeah, it's part of every coach.
Yeah.
Every coach. And
I think it's calling back. Okay. Hello?
Hello, good evening, sir.
Oh, good evening.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Who's calling, please?
This is Lambert Lucky calling from Dema in Andoni.
Oh, hi, Lambert. How's it going? You have a contribution?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
As I was listening to you, the other man that just spoke last said something about whether AICC something. ACC.
African Coaches Connect.
Yes. The name alone just gave me some joy, but there are some of us that have interest in coaching job. Like for me, I played Sharks team, but injury kept me out.
Okay.
And I still have that zeal of going to coaching. And they are connects, and also I thought they can just move to River State Government. In the past time, we have some coaching course that used to run at Isaka Town School, and now all those things are off. Like some of us that wouldn't have money to sponsor ourselves to Lagos or other places that have interest for that thing, we could not even make anything about it. Although we are just doing a grassroots something, moving around the street. But if they would just use that their body to push so that we have something around that same Isaka. If you go to that Isaka, the school now itself is down. The whole place, you cannot even put face there.
Yeah.
So I could have liked if something of that nature is up in River State once again.
Okay.
So that some of us that has faith in coaching job can find ourselves there and think of maybe progressing from that area to other places.
Okay, Lambert, it's good that you called. It's good that you listen to our program. As we go on, I'm sure Elder will have something to say about this, but I assure you that as we go on this program, you'll be able to get more information as regards them. Kingsley has mentioned this before and mentioned the need for people to be trained as coaches from our general area. So he wants to know, is there a possibility that ACC will be able to do something like this so that coaches are trained? Because I saw something like this in Liberia, in one of the stuffs you guys did in Liberia.
Yeah.
We
were there with CAF to do the D license, CAF D license. Yeah, I will tie this to, you said what do ACC stand on?
Yes.
Like I said, I founded ACC 2015 and we're just doing it on a low key, mostly social. But 2 years ago, I resigned from African Coaches, where I was the global director for FCAN. I resigned from Rivers government and whatever, and I said, you know what, I need to do my next. Go ahead. And I said I need to do my next.
Sorry, another call coming in. Sorry. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Who's calling, please?
I'm calling from Dakota.
Yeah, who's calling? What's your name?
My name is Mommy God's Presence.
Mommy.
I love this. Mommy God's Presence.
Okay, go ahead, Mommy.
I love this program because talking about the African team. How to build ourselves personally.
Okay.
But nobody will build you. You build yourself.
Okay.
Whatever we see international was start from local. What we think we went for international, they started there, so nobody built this for them.
Okay.
No matter how poor a man is, he will not leave his kitchen for another man to manage it.
Okay.
He manage it himself. So I'm happy for today that you people have wake up and look back where we miss it, so that we can come back, no matter how slow it is, because getting there tomorrow, a journey that starts in 1 minute.
Okay. Okay, ma.
God bless you.
Thank you.
God bless Nigeria.
Thank you. Wow. So
it's still to address.
Yes, still to address.
Well, you see, this just answered everything you're asking me. I love what you said. What am I standing on? I'm standing on people like that. I'm standing on people like you, because ACC does not belong to me.
Okay.
Even though I founded and I'm the main servant there, it is for everybody. And in our even top global leadership meeting, I mean, I tell everybody I am the servant, and I am here. Probably I'm the only one that could afford, since I'm close to leaving, and go and meet my creator. I can afford to gamble. My kids always tell me, oh boy, this thing go run you down. No, I don't care. Like you asked me, why am I doing this? This is the next for me. If I don't do this, Baba go ask me, what have you done?
What did you do? What are the legacies?
What are the legacies? And you know, I'm standing on the critical mass. And that the critical mass are people like that, that don't even know how to get equipped, how to get educated, in what directional flow they go to be coaches. African coaches, like you said, you saw us in Liberia, we are in 104 countries. And I'm standing on the critical mass. And answer to that man, an answer that I've given all the federations. We are not coming here into competition. We don't want to be Liberia Football Federation or Football Coaches Association. Every president of Coaches Association are members of ACC, whether they want it or they don't want it. There's no member that come through the door and said, I want to be a member of ACC. We tell them, go and make it right with your local chapter of the Nigerian, Liberian, Sierra Leone, Netherlands. You must identify with them because they are the statutory structures. But we bring that private flair. We do those things. I mean, somebody was telling me, one of our friends, one of the people that applied for the Nigerian coach's job, and he said, I've not even received an email of acknowledgement. And you know, that is the professionalism and the administrative part that ACC has brought. And that is why you want to do a UEFA course. You don't need nobody to direct you or put your number down. You go on your phone, you go on your laptop, you go on the website, you register. If you qualify, you sit and you go down and write your exams.
So we have to get you back here because, you know, when you're having fun, there seems to be no time, you know. A lot of people want to know. I know that a lot of people are interested as regards this coaching matter, and it's good to see that ACC is international. I know you were at the Nations Cup. I know that you are. It's hard to pin you down. We'll have had this interview like
everywhere there's football
2-3 weeks ago, but you were in the World Cup. You were everywhere.
Yeah.
So please, I don't know what. Just last words in like 1 minute, so that people will know. That, and I know you will come back.
I will. This is my house. Anywhere you do or mine. You want to revoke my license or my resident permit. Well, first of all, let's give out the information of what African Coaches Connect. You can always reach out at our website, which is www.africancoachesconnect.com. Our main numbers are 081, and you will see them there. I got so much numbers there, but even just type in African Coaches Connect in any social media or channel, you will get our information, you will get numbers to come. We have a 24 hours support specialist online. We have almost 8-10 customer service numbers 24 hours since we are global. When it's American time, Chinese time, Japan time, we still stay open. So feel free, and once you come in, even if you are on your way coming in, you own ACC. ACC belongs to all of us.
Thank you very much.
And I'll be back, sir.
Thank you very much. Kingsley?
Yeah, I think it's a pleasure having him try to open our minds to understand the importance of coaching education and every other aspect of the business called football. So I hope maybe he will come shortly. So people who have heard him today, because I know that people want to hear again and again before they make up their mind. So if he can come as sooner or quickly as promised, it will be better for every one of us. Because for me, there are a lot of things I still need to hear. Maybe just today's own may not be enough.
Okay, thank you very much. It was good to do this again. Like you know, this is our last show for today. Our last show for this week. We are back next week by the grace of God, and we hope to give you a bigger and a better show. I hope you enjoyed this one. And like I said yesterday, I'll be relaxing, doing some reggae music with some people tonight. I'm not giving out the venue, but just know that we listen to reggae music. So if you have my number, just call me, or you can come on our Facebook page and you'll see it there. Thank you for listening. Have a good evening. Have a great week. Have a great weekend, and we look to meet up with you next week. Thank you.